Hi! Before I forget to say it, don't forget to like and subscribe, because I've forgotten, like the past two videos, to do that. There's sort of two popular ways that people write. One is called plotting, and the other one is called pantsing. Which is a little awkward, but it's what it's called. So that's what it is. Plotting is where you know where you're going, you have a plan for every chapter, and you just know what's going on. And pantsing is just writing by the seat of your pants. You start, you're not really sure what's going to happen, and it's just going to happen. I sort of consider myself somewhere in the middle. Like, I plan out my novel ahead of time, so I know what's going to happen. But if one of my characters decides to be a rebel and go in a different direction, then I let them do that. So I plot and I plan stuff out beforehand, but I don't set it in stone. So things do change sometimes. So that's the two main ways that people write. And then there's two different kind of plots. There's character-driven plots and there's plot-driven plots. So character-driven plots is where the characters drive the plot forward. Plot-driven plots are where the plot drives the characters forward. And it's pretty hard to tell the difference between them. When people say your plot should be like a roller coaster, you can divide your story into three parts. The introduction, where you get the reader settled so they understand everything where you are. And then there's the middle part where there's a bunch of stuff happening. That's the biggest part. Oh, yawning. And then that's got a climax in it, which is the most intense, high stakes part of your book. And then you got the ending where you let everything calm down and wrap up and you finish the story. Yeah. So it should be like a roller coaster. Even though that's how they say it should be. But it doesn't have to be. But that's really the tried and true way for how it can work well. My story is sort of like it just throws you in and weird stuff is happening, so yeah, it's really a high point. And then it goes, and then it goes, wow! And then it just sort of cliffhanger, oh no, all the roller coaster people fall off the edge because it just suddenly ended way up there instead of going down. And your climax, top of the roller coaster, highest stakes, biggest challenge your character is facing, most tension, biggest page turning moment. Cliffhangers are cool, you know, it makes people want to read the next part, but especially for the first book in a series, you really want to not have a cliffhanger. You want it to just end, be over with, because if it gets published, who knows if it's going to be successful and you'll ever get to actually make a sequel. Sometimes it doesn't work like that. And so, yeah, you want, especially for the first book in the series, you want it to be able to be its own separate book without any sequels. So don't cliffhang at the end of your first book in a series, especially. I really have trouble avoiding cliffhangers. I just don't want to end it. I just want it to go on forever. But you want things to be wrapped up in a neat little bow so there's not any loose strings or things confusing people that they have to wonder about and it haunts them forever. Oh, and also, some people write it in order, like they start at the first chapter, and then they go through and write until the last chapter. And some people will write around. They're like, okay, I'm really excited to write chapter 20, so I'm gonna write that chapter first, and then I'm gonna go back and write chapter 16, and maybe I'll just blah 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 blah. I write in order because if I don't, it's hard for me to tell where exactly the character is in their character arc and their progression and how much they've changed as a person. Because you don't want your character to be the same person they were at the start of your story. You want the journey they go on to change them somehow. So that's a character arc or character development. Joel, keep writing. See you tomorrow. All that cool stuff. And I'm not really sure what I'm going to talk about today. So I'm really not feeling this today. Yeah, I have a plan for what's gonna happen. Yeah. This is a mess. So you just sorta. Um. So yeah. Yo. Because it's like, what? Yeah. It's so hard to talk about writing a novel. Yep. Good night. Get to sleep now. Oh.